It was almost 9 p.m., but the streets were still full of traffic, and many people were waiting at the bus stop, most of them wearing earphones and looking down at their phones. Shen Yu was also wearing earphones, but she was not playing with her phone. Her phone was almost out of battery, and looking down while using it made her neck hurt because she had slept in an awkward position. She still did not drive today because the car dealership needed some time to get her new car ready. Last week, she parked too close to the wall while reversing and accidentally scratched the right side mirror. When she drove home that night, she was still nervous the whole way. She never realized how important the side mirrors were when she had both of them. Now that one side was missing, she always felt that when turning or changing lanes, another car could hit her if she was not careful. She had been without a car for more than a week. Every morning, she had to wake up at least an hour earlier to get to work, and every evening, she had to spend much more time getting home after work. It was extremely inconvenient. She missed her little beetle. Life always had small, unlucky moments. Shen Yu felt that she had already experienced enough bad luck recently, and maybe some good things should happen soon. But she never expected that her bad luck was not over yet. She stood at the bus stop for a long time. She had already changed her standing position countless times, and her legs were starting to ache. Just when she was thinking maybe she should just call a taxi, the bus finally arrived. Shen Yu did not like fighting with others. She slowly let everyone else get on first, and only followed after the crowd had disappeared. But then her phone payment did not work. There was clearly still money in her account, and it had worked perfectly that morning.
She did not bring any coins. Who still carry coins these days?
Having a bank card and 50 yuan in a wallet was already considered enough. Modern technology was smart and convenient. But once the phone stopped working, everything suddenly became incredibly inconvenient. She refreshed her phone several times, but there was still no response. She opened her bag and searched, hoping to find 2 yuan she had forgotten somewhere inside. Unfortunately, there was nothing. Several passengers near the front had already started looking back, wondering why the bus had not left yet. After work, everyone just wanted to get home quickly and finally relax. Seeing the impatient look from the driver, Shen Yu quietly sighed and prepared to get off.
So unlucky, she thought.
Beep. Someone helped pay for her ride.
If you can, could you please move further inside?
A pleasant male voice sounded behind her. Shen Yu turned around and removed her earphones. The bag on her shoulder accidentally hit the person standing on the step behind her. She quickly reduced the movement of her body and lowered her voice.
Sorry, thank you.
The man behind her was wearing a shirt and suit pants. He carried a briefcase in one hand and had a suit jacket hanging over his arm. He looked like a successful professional. He had a handsome face and a tall figure. The kind of man many young women would like. Shen Yu wondered, someone like him actually takes the bus too. She moved 2 steps further inside, slightly increasing the distance between them.
Thank you, but I don't have any change to give you.
She thanked him again, but she was worried about how to return the money, although it was only 2 yuan, and he did not look like someone who would care about such a small amount. Basic manners still mattered. The man smiled and did not seem to mind.
That's okay.
She smiled back and stopped talking. As the bus moved forward, stopping and starting repeatedly, more and more passengers got on and off. Shen Yu slowly moved closer to the back door, and the man also moved along with the crowd, standing nearby without getting off. Because of the shaking bus, they occasionally bumped into each other. A faint scent of perfume came from the person beside her. She did not know what kind of fragrance it was, because she had never studied perfumes, but it smelled very pleasant. Shen Yu quietly tightened her grip on the handrail and straightened her legs, hoping she could stand more steadily. When she was about to get off, Shen Yu slightly turned her head and thanked him again.
Thank you so much. I'm getting off now.
The corners of the man's lips lifted slightly.
You're welcome, dog. Goodbye.
The bus doors closed, and this small encounter came to an end. That night, Shen Yu told her friend Ku Yang about all the unlucky things that had happened to her. But Ku Yang immediately caught the most important detail.
Haha, was that guy handsome?
Ku Yang made her special excited voice whenever she was gossiping.
He was pretty good looking. He's exactly your type.
Shen Yu deliberately teased her. As expected, Ku Yang immediately let out an excited and regretful scream.
That is such a waste. Why didn't you ask for his contact information? even WeChat would have been fine. The reason could have been that you needed to return the money.
Shen Yu placed her phone on the bed with the speaker on while applying body lotion.
Why would I ask for his WeChat? He already said it was fine. You can just pretend it was for me.
I'm a beautiful single woman in my prime. I'm starving for love.
Stop dreaming. Shen Yu mercilessly brought her back to reality.
I didn't ask. He already left. If you want to find him, go look for him in your dreams. Dreams have everything.
She thought it was just a coincidence. This city was huge, and there were countless people living in it. The chance of meeting that man again was extremely small. A few days later, she completely forgot about it. But she never expected that, although the city was large and the population was huge, their fate was not finished yet. How coincidental. He said. On Friday evening after work, Shen Yu went to a well-known Japanese restaurant near her company with several colleagues she had a good relationship with. After everyone finished eating, she went to the restroom. When she came out, she walked to the front desk to pay the bill early. When a voice came from behind her, she did not react. She did not think the person was talking to her, so she simply waited for the staff member to check the bill without turning around. Until someone lightly tapped her shoulder. She instinctively turned around, then quickly turned back. Hiss. She forgot that her stiff neck had not recovered yet. The sudden movement caused another sharp pain. The person behind her seemed to let out a quiet laugh and stepped forward, standing beside her. Shen Yu turned around and looked at the man in a suit standing next to her. He looked familiar, but she could not immediately remember who he was. With such an outstanding appearance, she thought she should not have forgotten his name.
Sorry, you are.
The man raised his eyebrows, then smiled.
Last time on the bus, to Yuan.
Oh,
Shen Yu finally remembered. She curved her lips slightly.
thank you again for helping me last time.
She did not expect that almost a week had passed, yet they could still meet again.
The man smiled. It was just a small favor.
You came here to eat too.
The moment the words left her mouth, Shen Yu regretted it. If he came here and not to eat, was he here to watch a performance? The man did not care about her silly question. His smile never disappeared.
Yes, a friend recommended this place.
He turned his head slightly and looked at her.
It really was a pleasant surprise.
Shen Yu nodded.
The food here was indeed good. She liked it very much.
There is also a small restaurant on Nanyu Road. It is not very famous, but the food is really good. You can try it next time.
She automatically interpreted his words as excitement after discovering good food.
Okay.
The man laughed softly. The restaurant staff behind the counter unconsciously stopped moving while watching them.
Excuse me.
Shen Yu called out, bringing the staff member back to reality. The employee lowered her head with a slightly red face and asked Shen Yu to scan the code to pay.
Shen Yu lowered her voice and asked, could you charge me 2 more yuan and give me cash instead?
The employee looked apologetic. Sorry, that is against our rules.
Shen Yu had no choice. Although the man had said he did not care about the 2 yuan, she still felt uncomfortable owing someone a favor, no matter how small it was. Although she had to admit that until today, she had already forgotten what he looked like. There was nothing she could do. She was not very good at remembering faces. If it's convenient, just buy me a bottle of water later. The man came up with a solution. Shen Yu thought about it and felt it was reasonable. She did not know what kind of drinks he liked, so water was the safest choice. It was also healthier. Then please wait for me for a moment. She went back into the private room to say goodbye to her colleagues and get her bag. When she walked out, she saw the man standing by the entrance. His jacket was hanging over his arm, and one hand was in his pocket as he waited for her. She quickly walked over. Sorry for keeping you waiting. Not long. The two of them left the restaurant and casually walked to the right. A convenience store was not far away. Shen Yu walked in, and the man followed slowly behind her. She took 2 bottles of sparkling water and went to pay. Then she heard his voice. 2 yuan turned into 12 yuan. 10 yuan is interest for these few days. Doing business with you must be very enjoyable. The man smiled. Shen Yu curved her lips. That's why I don't do business. After paying, she handed 1 bottle of sparkling water to him. They did not say much more. They simply said goodbye and left in different directions. When Shen Yu returned home, she still found it a little unbelievable. They did not know each other's names. They did not know each other's jobs. Yet somehow, She had chatted naturally with a stranger she had only met twice. There was no awkwardness that usually came with strangers. There was also no cold distance. She thought it was probably because the man had a comfortable way of interacting with people. He was neither overly friendly nor distant when they first met. After getting familiar, he naturally made people feel like old friends. Of course, his good looks also helped. Although she had wondered if he might be a scammer, he had not tried to get anything from her. They had not even exchanged contact information, and she had willingly paid for the water. Although she had told Ku Yang before that he was her type, today, under the brighter lights of the restaurant, she carefully observed him again. He really was her type. She smiled, but she only appreciated him. She had once loved someone deeply. They had happy moments together, but in the end, they broke up because her ability at work gradually surpassed his. I don't think we are suitable for each other. What do you think? He had said that she had only been doing what she should do. She had worked hard for their future. She had never thought about surpassing him. Was that wrong? Shen Yu did not like explaining herself. She also did not like holding on to something that was already over. If someone no longer loved her, then she would leave. Hearing this, Wen Qingrui only wanted to laugh coldly. If they were truly not suitable, why did he agree to be with her in the first place? In the end, he was just an ordinary man who enjoyed being pursued by her and could not accept being surpassed by her. A man who placed his pride above everything else. Someone like him did not deserve the love of his precious little Yuer. Even if that was the truth, Shen Yu had once genuinely loved his proud and confident appearance. Thinking about it, her heart seemed to hurt again. A fine, dense pain spread through her entire body. Although it had become much better than before, the pain still existed. Then she decided not to think about it anymore. She liked things to be simpler. She wanted to think simply and live simply. No wonder their third encounter came so soon. A few days later, after work, Ku Yang dragged Shen Yu to a Vietnamese restaurant she had recently discovered. According to Ku Yang, there was a waiter there who was exactly her type. But she had already gone there alone once the day before and did not have the courage to go again by herself. So this time, she brought Shen Yu along. Shen Yu loved the flavors of Southeast Asian food. And she could also tell her about the time she spent 12 yuan buying someone water.
You know, the last time you met him, you didn't even ask for his WeChat. This is a huge city with countless people, yet you still managed to run into a young and handsome man twice. Even fate is telling you to make a move.
The moment Ku Yang saw Shen Yu, she rushed over with regret in her eyes because she had missed the chance to get the handsome man's contact information twice. Shen Yu looked at the messages on her phone and ignored her dramatic behavior.
I was just telling you what happened. Why are you so sure he is definitely young and handsome? I trust your taste.
Ku Yang proudly lifted her thin chest and spoke with confidence. Shen Yu smiled and said nothing. The two of them chatted while walking from the street to the entrance of the restaurant. Unexpectedly, there were quite a lot of people inside. Clearly, yesterday there had not been this many customers. Ku Yang looked a little troubled. She did not really want to wait. She turned around to ask Shen Yu what she thought. Shen Yu did not mind. Ku Yang thought about it. Since they were already here, and for the sake of seeing that foreign waiter she liked, she decided to wait for a while. The two of them had only been standing there and chatting for a short time when Ku Yang suddenly heard someone call out. Before she could even turn around, a large hand grabbed her hair.
Little Yang, caught you again.
Hearing the nickname and the voice, Ku Yang immediately knew who it was. She grabbed the skin on that person's hand and twisted it.
Tang Chuan, it's you again. Call me uncle.
Tang Chuan was dressed in a neat, formal suit, but his smile was completely shameless. He corrected her way of addressing him. Tang Chuan was the younger son of Ku Yang's grandfather's younger sister. Although their ages were only 5 years apart, their family relationship made him a generation older. When they were children, they often played together because they were close in age. Although the adults had explained their relationship many times, children easily forgot these things when they were having fun. Especially when Ku Yang was bullied by Tang Chuan, she would directly call him by his name. This habit continued even after they grew up. Unless Ku Yang needed something from him, she would never call him uncle. Tang Chuan followed the force of her pull and lowered his hand. Then he reached out and rubbed Shen Yu's head. Little Yuer, long time no see. Shen Yu had grown up playing with Ku Yang, so she was also very familiar with Tang Chuan. She obediently greeted him. Hello, uncle. She let him touch her head as a polite gesture, then immediately exposed him. We actually saw each other last month. Tang Chuan did not care at all. Really? Looks like I am too important and forget things easily. He laughed. Ku Yang looked at Tang Chuan's careless attitude and felt annoyed. What are you doing here? Go eat somewhere else. If I come here to eat trash, doesn't that mean you are also here to eat trash? Tang Chuan immediately fought back. And you even brought little Yuer with you. What deep friendship you two have. Shen Yu played with her phone and quickly separated herself from the argument. Hey, I already called you uncle. Don't drag me into your fight. You two can argue all you want. I am here to eat. Ku Yang shouted. Shen Yu, that's unfair. You're not helping me. Shen Yu took a step back. I am being fair. I'm not helping either of you. She accidentally bumped into someone behind her. She stepped forward while turning around and apologized. Sorry. The man behind her let out a quiet laugh. It seems like every time I meet you, you are saying sorry. She looked up. A familiar face appeared in front of her. It was the person she had bought water for a few days ago. This was truly too much of a coincidence. Shen Yu froze for a moment, then slightly curved her lips. It's you. The man smiled and said the same words as before. How coincidental it really was. Is your stiff neck better now? He asked. Shen Yu was secretly surprised. She did not expect that he had noticed. She smiled. Yes, thank you for asking. Hearing the voice, Tang Chuan stopped arguing with Ku Yang like a child. He looked toward the man. You took so long. I've been waiting for you. Ku Yang was about to continue attacking Tang Chuan, but when she saw the person speaking to him, she immediately stopped. She put on her signature gentle smile, hooked her arm around Shen Yu's arm, and kept blinking at her. This man is my type. Shen Yu nodded without much emotion. I know. The man said. You left your own problem unfinished and came out to have fun. You're leaving me and Ling Ni to clean up your mess. Tang Chuan quickly changed his attitude. He shamelessly wrapped an arm around the man's shoulder. Considering I waited for you for so long, let's skip this topic. Then he looked at Shen Yu. Do you know our little Yuer? He had heard their conversation just now. Little Yuer. Shen Yu, my niece's best friend. Tang Chuan pointed toward Ku Yang, who was holding on to Shen Yu. This is Ku Yang, my niece. The man raised his eyebrows. He quickly smiled and nodded politely. Nice to meet you. Tang Chuan introduced him. This is Chi Che, my business partner. This was their third meeting, but it was the first time they had properly introduced themselves. Shen Yu smiled lightly and nodded. Nice to meet you. Ku Yang greeted him and then quickly moved back to Tang Chuan's side. She leaned close and whispered through gritted teeth. Your law firm actually has someone this good looking, and you never introduced him to me. Tang Chuan smiled. You're dreaming. Tang Chuan had invited Chi Che to this restaurant for dinner. He knew the owner, so he had already reserved a table for two. He had only teased Ku Yang after seeing her here. After understanding the situation, Ku Yang grabbed onto him and refused to let go. Uncle. Tang Chuan immediately understood what she meant. You have a pretty good plan, but Chi Che and I only booked a table for two.
Shen Yu stood quietly beside them.
She did not care whether they had to wait longer or not. But Chi Che glanced at the quiet woman beside him and spoke. Since we happen to run into each other, why don't we eat together? So the four of them sat down at a square table, in order to observe Chi Che from the front more carefully. Ku Yang deliberately chose the seat opposite him. Shen Yu sat beside Chi Che. You two were talking just now, but you didn't know each other. Tang Chuan asked curiously. He just helped me once before, and we happened to meet twice. We don't really know each other. Shen Yu answered first. Ku Yang and Tang Chuan were both stunned. Ku Yang immediately turned her head and moved closer to Shen Yu with shining eyes. That was the Tuyuan guy from before. Shen Yu gently nodded. Ku Yang grabbed her hand and excitedly shook it twice. Trying to control her voice, she whispered, Oh my god, little Yua, how are you two so lucky, and what did I tell you? I knew your taste would be right. Shen Yu helplessly smiled. Chi Che looked at the woman beside him, talking with Tang Chuan's niece. The smile on her face was bright and natural. Without realizing it, the corners of his lips lifted as well. Tang Xuan also leaned forward. What's going on? You and little Yuer have only met a few times. You don't even know each other, but you still took the initiative to talk to her? Do you like our little Yuer? These two uncle and niece were exactly the same when it came to gossip. Chi-Che repeated the words softly. Little Yuer. Then he smiled. It just feels like we have a special connection. The food gradually arrived, because Chi-Che was sitting directly opposite her. Ku Yang had completely forgotten the reason she originally wanted to come to this restaurant. Even the foreign waiter she had been interested in before was completely ignored. While eating dinner, Tang Chuang gave a simple introduction. Chi-Che, my partner. He has 2 master's degrees in law and finance, and he's also a great photographer. Chi-Che wiped his mouth and corrected him. Not that impressive. I only won a small award in a small photography competition. A small competition, a small award. Tang Chuan looked at him. Then why didn't I win one? Chi-Che thought for a moment. Maybe you need better taste. His words made Tang Chuan laugh and curse. Have some shame. Ku Yang laughed, while leaning toward Shen Yu and whispering. This is the first time I've seen Tang Chuan lose in an argument. To Yuan Gai. Impressive. Her words showed that she liked Chi-Che even more. His name is Chi-Che. Shen Yu corrected her. She thought the Vietnamese food at this restaurant tasted pretty good. While eating the curry on her plate, she nodded in satisfaction. She listened to Tang Chuan and Chi-Che teasing each other like 2 boys from their student days. Tonight's Chi-Che was much more lively than she expected. But the truth was, they had only met 3 times. They had only talked a little. She still did not really know him. Of course, Chi-Che himself did not intend to act childish, but Tang Chuan was too familiar with him. After 10 years as classmates and colleagues, they knew each other too well. Stop talking. Canned food? Keep your mouth busy. Sorry, I'm full. Shen Yu laughed when she heard them. Chi-Che glanced at her smile. In the end, he gave up trying to make Tang Chuan stop talking. Instead, he looked at Shen Yu. It's nice to meet you. Me too. After dinner, Ku Yang immediately took the chance to ask Chi-Che for his contact information and added him on WeChat. Somehow, Shen Yu also added him. Looking at the first contact in her friend list, the simple name, Chi-Che, she did not know why she added him. Would she need to borrow bus money again in the future? Ku Yang still wanted to invite everyone to another place. But Tang Chuan put on the attitude of an elder and ordered her to go home early. After saying that, he thought about it and decided it would be safer to personally send her home. Ignoring Ku Yang's protests, he directly dragged her away. Before Shen Yu could react, Tang Chuan handed her over to Chi-Che. Little Yuer doesn't have a car. Please send her home. Shen Yu felt a little embarrassed. Standing beside the car, she did not open the door. I can take public transportation myself. It's okay. Taking a ride with someone you know at night is safer than calling a taxi. Chi-Che ignored her refusal and opened the passenger door. Where do you live? Shen, you originally planned to take the subway, but refusing again would seem too polite, so she sat inside. After Chi-Che got into the driver's seat, she told him her address. Sorry for troubling you. Chi-Che started the car. The Audi smoothly entered the road. I live nearby too. She looked at him suspiciously. Really? She had never noticed any new apartment buildings nearby. He smiled and glanced at her. Can I get another bottle of sparkling water by saying I didn't lie? Are you trying to take advantage of me? She asked seriously. The way she asked made him smile. If you allow me to postpone it, I would like to save it for next time. Chi-Che laughed softly. Then I'll consider this a reservation. Shen Yu looked at him. She suddenly realized that this man was not as serious and distant as he appeared. He actually had a playful side. The car continued moving through the city lights. The atmosphere inside the car was quiet, but it was not awkward. After a while, Chi-Che asked, do you usually take the bus home? Yes. Shen Yu nodded. My car is being repaired. Was it because of the side mirror? She was slightly surprised. You remember that? I noticed it when you were standing on the bus that day. Chi-Che explained naturally. You kept adjusting your position and looking around when changing places. I guessed something was bothering you. Shen Yu smiled. I didn't expect you to observe so carefully. I'm a photographer. I'm used to paying attention to details. She nodded. That made sense. People who took photos were usually more sensitive to small things. The traffic light turned red. The car slowly stopped. Chi-Che looked ahead and asked casually, "What kind of work do you do?" "I work in design. What about you?" "I'm a lawyer." Shen Yu remembered Teng Chuan's introduction. "You and Teng Chuan are partners." "Yes. He always talks like he's better than everyone else." Shen Yu laughed. "I didn't expect you two to get along so well." Chi-Che smiled. "We've known each other for a long time. Sometimes friends are like family." The simple sentence made Shen Yu slightly stunned. Friends, like family. She had always believed that relationships did not need to be complicated. If someone treated her sincerely, she would also treat them sincerely. Maybe that was why she had been hurt before. Because she always believed people's feelings were as pure as hers. The car soon arrived near her apartment. Shen Yu unfastened her seatbelt. "Thank you for driving me home." "You're welcome." She opened the door and stepped out. Then she suddenly remembered something. "By the way, the sparkling water." Chi-Che looked at her. "What? You said you wanted to save it for next time." She smiled. "I remember." Chi-Che was slightly surprised. He did not expect her to remember such a small thing. "Then I'll wait." Shen Yu nodded. "Goodbye." "Goodbye." Watching her walk into the apartment building, Chi-Che did not immediately leave.